It's certainly getting harder and harder to find arbitrage products to sell on Amazon. And products to resell aren't just going to fall into your lap. You're going to need to know how to look for them. That's why in this video, I want to give you my ultimate list, the 10 ways that I'm able to find products that resell for a higher price on Amazon. And sometimes one strategy might be working good one day, and the next day it might not be doing you too well. That's why it's important to have a huge list of different ways that you can successfully find products. By knowing these 10 different ways, it's going to make it so that you can easily start making at least $10,000 a month selling on Amazon. It might sound too good to be true, but it's really not. The hardest part is finding the products. So if you know how to find the products, the rest of it is easy. So stick with me until the end because this video is going to be jam-packed of golden nuggets for you. But first, if you're new here, I'm Cassandra, and on this channel, I come every single week to help you guys learn how to sell on Amazon, plus give you other ways that you can start making more money online. We do this completely for free because we simply love to help others. And we also want to start something new in this video and help you guys out even more by offering a little giveaway. I'm going to choose one winner that watches this video, and they are going to receive $100. For real, no strings attached. All you have to do is make sure, number one, you're subscribed to the ProfitGuru channel, and number two, drop a comment down below. Everyone that does that will have an equal chance at winning, and only one person will be chosen at random to receive the $100. And how will you find out if you won? I'm going to announce it in next week's video. So all you have to do is come back, watch next week's video, and I will call out a name. If I call your name, all you have to do to claim your prize is send me a message. And next week when I call that name, I'll tell you exactly how you can message me. So good luck. We really hope this money is going to help somebody out. Subscribe, drop a comment, and you are in the drawing. All right, let's do it. Let me tell you the 10 ways that I'm able to find arbitrage products to resell. And make sure you watch this entire video because all of these strategies are really, really good. And you're going to want them all in your back pocket. The first 4 strategies are all going to involve using tactical arbitrage. So if you don't have that software, I do have a link down below that will give you an extended free trial so you can try it out and see if you like it. But if tactical arbitrage is not something that you like to use, the rest of this list will not include using that software. The first strategy using TA is very, very easy. We're going to go into tactical arbitrage and I'm going to show you how to run one of my favorite reverse searches. This first one that we're starting out with is a very easy search that even if you're really new to sourcing, you will have success doing this. In tactical arbitrage, we're going to come over here to reverse search. Now from this little drop-down button, we're going to go all the way to the bottom and do search brand page. Then right here, you're going to do brand name. So once you know a brand that you're ungated in and that you can sell, well, now you have to find products that you can source and sell for a profit. So what you're going to do is start typing those brand names right here. Let's go with e.l.f. e.l.f. is a very common makeup brand that does sell really well on Amazon. Now what's going to happen is it's going to reverse search. If we click right here, we can see all of the stores that tactical arbitrage has the ability to scan and find all of the e.l.f. products. So what it's doing is finding the e.l.f. products at these stores and also finding the Amazon listings where there's profit to be made. Very, very easy, and it has the potential to be very powerful. Now down here, you can set some filters. But if you are newer at doing this, I would suggest less filters is more, because once you start filtering stuff, that's limiting what it's going to pull. But very quickly, I'll show you some things that I do remove. For example, if it's out of stock, I'll remove that from the search. Hazmat, you have to have special certification with Amazon to sell these products, so I remove those. If the buy box is suppressed, I typically remove those, and you can even get really fancy with it. You can filter it based on reviews, ratings, the source price. If you don't like to mess with different variations, you can remove those. There's a lot you can do here, but keep in mind the more that you're filtering, the less you're going to see. So if you're not really sure, don't set too many filters so that way you do have a lot coming in to look through. And later on when the search is is done, you can even refine the filters then even more. And down here for profit and ROI, I like to keep this really low because these scans aren't taking into account different coupon codes that I can apply at checkout. So while typically I'm not going to purchase something if it only has $2 in gross profit, I'm going to set that as my filter because if something's only $2 profit, I can probably find a code to input at checkout and make that even more profitable. So I still want to see those products that do have potential, and then from there I'll go to Rakuten and try to find some coupon codes. But after putting in that brand name, all we have to do is search. Now we can see it's pulling all of the ASINs from Amazon. And right here, your search is in progress. So these searches do take a while, and while this search is running, then you go on to your next and do another search. Then when you come into your search manager, this is where you'll see all of those searches you performed, the ones that are in the queue and the ones that are completed. So our e.l.f. brand one is right here, and we're just going to go to results, view data. Now you can see that there were actually 177 items that it found, but based on those filters that I put in, it removed 170 of them because they did not meet my criteria, and now I can see the 7 that do meet my criteria. However, if I do want to change those filters, all I have to do is come right here to Filter Manager, and we can reset or change the filters right here. Now all I have to do is look at the product image, look at the Amazon image, check out the Keepa, but really importantly, make sure that it is a match because TA does have a lot of mismatches. While TA does make sourcing a lot easier, it definitely does have its drawbacks with how many mismatches there are. So always be sure to pull up the product image, pull up the Amazon page, and look at it very closely to make sure that it is an exact match. But look at this one right here. This was such an easy search to run. And this product, at first glance, it seems to be a pretty decent seller, and the gross profit over $9 and the ROI over 100%. So even if you're brand spanking new at sourcing and selling on Amazon, figure out those brands that you are eligible to sell and put those brand names right into that reverse search. You're going to start finding products that you can source and sell on Amazon. The second method to finding products in tactical arbitrage is going to involve a little bit more putting in some numbers because it is an advanced search. But once you do this a few times, it really is easy. And this is how I'm able to go to all of the weekly sales going on online and input all of those good discount codes and those clearances that are happening into the system and have it find the products for me. For this one, we're going to go to product search and make sure that we're on advanced because you can flip it over to basic. You can just choose any store from here. So let's go to Walgreens, and I could run a basic search on Walgreens. But the problem is there's always different sales that are going on each week on these websites that you have to enter a code at checkout in order to see that sale price. So these scans aren't going to take the real sale price into account. So you're not going to see as much in a basic search. Instead, we're going to come to the Walgreens website and see what's going on this week. The deals change every Sunday, so this is my Sunday routine. I come to Walgreens, I look right at the top, and it tells me what's on sale. So right now I can get 20% off of $40 selected beauty and personal care with that code. So the prices aren't going to automatically go into TA, but I know that these products are going to be 20% off. So I'm going to click here. Now here we can see all of those extra savings. I can click here for all those 20% off ones, or I can keep searching to see what there is. So we could run a search for this Olay, buy one, get one 50% off. Number 7, that's a really great brand that sells amazingly. Buy one, get one 50% off. So if I wanted to run this advanced search and apply that BOGO 50% off to the search, we're going to click it. And now here's all of the products that it's only going to show this main price when it's trying to source it with a regular, plain old basic search. Now to take advantage of the buy one, get one 50% off, all we have to do is we have 313 items here on this page. I'm going to go up here to the URL and copy, and let's flip that back to an advanced search. And where it says category, we're going to paste that URL. So as soon as I put that in there, it does recognize it as Walgreens. I don't have to do anything over here on the right, but down here in the filters, this is where I have to do the source price adjustments. So we're going to go right here to store discount and hit 25%. So now all of the products on that page, it is going to scan it with that discounted amount that we're going to get. And because you are hopefully going to be having a lot of scans running in your queue and your completed page, it is a good idea to come here where it says name a search and to give it a specific name so that you know which one it is. And then when it's done, to the search manager we go, results, view data. And then this little annoying thing always pops up letting me know that they had found 5,413 products that they're hiding because they did not meet the criteria of my filters. So if I wanted to see those products, then I would just hit reset filters. And out of all of the products that it scanned, 17 of them did fit my criteria. But looking down here really closely, I can already see a mismatch. The Amazon image is clearly for a multi-pack and the product image is just one. So that right there shows you why it's always important to go in and really read that Amazon description to figure out how much it's for. Because sometimes you'll only see one in the main image, but it's actually for a multi-pack. And you don't want to send in only one if the customer thinks that they're going to be getting more than one. But now it's the same thing. I'll just look through the data, pull up the products, pull up the Amazon listing, and if it's a match, purchase it and resell it. The third sourcing strategy is going to involve a few different software. First, we're going to start in Keepa to have it load some products in for us. Then we're going to use Engadget to download a CSV file. Finally, we're going to take that CSV file and pop it into Tactical Arbitrage. It sounds a little complicated, but it's really quite easy. From Keepa, we're going to go to Data and then Product Finder. Now, don't get overwhelmed because there are a ton of filters here. Let's start from the top and I'll show you something easy to do. Now, sales rank obviously matters. We want products that are selling fast. I like to go with a 90-day average, so I'm going to say I want it to go up to 180,000. Anything higher than that in most categories are going to be very slow sellers. For the buy box, I'm going to put the 90-day average lowest minimum to $12 because if it's selling for less than that on Amazon, there's not really a lot of room for much profit. Generally speaking, only about a third of the sale price is going to be your profit. 1/3 will be what you paid for the goods, 1/3 will be the Amazon fees, and the other third your profit, roughly speaking. And then I don't really mess around with all of this stuff. You can get really fancy with it, but we do want to come down and choose a root category because right now with just those minimum filters, there are over 27 million products. So we really need to narrow that down. One of my favorite categories to be in, let's go grocery and gourmet food. People need to eat even when times are tough, and people have foods that they really enjoy that they might not be able to get in their area, but that you can get and they're willing to pay a premium price for. You could even hone in on subcategories if you wanted to. For the buy box seller, I don't like to compete against Amazon because usually they win. So I'd like to see products that the buy box holder is a third-party seller. That's telling me that if the buy box holder is a third-party seller like me, then I have a good chance of also getting in rotation with that buy box. Down here for variations, if that's something that you're not really good at digging in and finding the variations that sell well, you can click here and say you don't want to see the products that do have variations. Or if you are trying to find variations, then you can say is variation. Now, sales rank drops is important. Sales rank drops indicate sales. Now, we can't say how many sales took place within that drop or period of time, but we do know that at least a sale took place. So I might set this here to 15 for a 90-day average just to make sure that we're seeing products that are actually selling. For the new offer count, I will come here for the 90-day average and put that to 3. That's hopefully going to eliminate anything that is private label or IP that I could get in trouble for selling. And the last important filter is right here with weight. We want products that are lighter because the lighter they are, the less they're going to cost us in shipping. Now keep in mind that this is in grams. So I'm going to set this to max out at 2,267 grams because that is about 5 pounds. Now you can see here that that list has significantly narrowed down the matches to just over 44,000. Now what I want to do is click Show API Query. This complete API URL is what we want to get. Let's copy that entire thing. And now we're coming to Engadget. This is another paid software, but it only costs about $100 for the entire year. We'll go to Keepa Product Search Export. And now right here, we're going to paste that URL that we just copied. We'll click export and it's going to download all of those products that it found into a CSV file. Now back to tactical arbitrage, reverse search, and right here, this blue button, we are going to upload new file. Choose the file. Then we'll hit upload and upload once more. Now we'll run that search and we can see that it's in progress. When it's done, we'll pull it up from our completed searches and we can see here from that one search, it did find 170 items, but based on the filters I set, 65 of them meet my criteria. Then I'll just go through, I'll look at all the images, see if they match up, quickly scan the Keepa, see if it looks good. If it's a mismatch, like clearly this one is a single unit and this one is a multi-pack, I'll keep scrolling by. But when I come across one that does look decent, now I'm going to pull up that product image, pull up the Amazon image, and make sure it is a complete match before I purchase. The fourth strategy is very similar to the last one I just showed you, but instead of having to enter in all of that info, we're going to make it even easier by just going first to Keepa's bestsellers. Almost identical to the last search, start at Keepa, go to data, but this time it's going to be a lot easier. We're not going to have to deal with so many filters because we're going to come here to the product bestsellers. Now from here, we can choose any category that we want. We'll go with grocery. Very quickly, it's going to load in all of those ASINs for the bestsellers. We could go right here to the sales rank interval. Right now we're on current. We could set that to 90-day average if we wanted, and the same exact process as the last one. We will export that, get that CSV file, and then reverse it into tactical arbitrage. So easy to do, and now we have 4 searches going in tactical arbitrage that are definitely going to find us products, and if anything, they're also going to lead us down rabbit trails to even more products. The fifth strategy is definitely my favorite and how I would say I make the most money on Amazon, and that is with building bundles. I'm creating new listings that competition can't jump on because I have several different products that go together in the bundle, and I make sure that it's something other sellers can't reproduce or duplicate. The Webstaurant store is literally my biggest secret weapon to building bundles. You don't have to have any brand credentials to open up an account, and you are going to be able to buy in bulk and get an invoice. Even better, you can sign up for the Plus plan and shipping will only cost you a flat fee of $99 a month. If you're ordering in huge bulk quantities, then you know that that is dirt cheap. Because if you're not using this Plus plan, one shipment alone, I would be paying nearly $300 to $400 just in the shipping because these quantities are so large that I'm getting. So to be able to order an unlimited amount for only $99 a month in shipping, that's dirt cheap. So what I do here is I look at the brands. For example, Da Vinci just popped up right here, 10% off. Now I have buying access to get all of these Da Vinci products for basically wholesale prices. Now we'll come into Amazon and type in the Da Vinci brand. This is completely a side note. I did not plan to talk about this in this video, but with ASIN Gadget, I could download all of the ASINs on this page and then put that into tactical arbitrage for it to source through. But I already have a source, I already have Webstaurant store, and I know I can get it there for very cheap. But this is a good way that you could do it for other products that you don't have a source to buy yet. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm looking at the products that are selling really well. For example, this caramel syrup right here, I can see down here, 2,000 plus were bought in this past month. Now, the price for this is only $7.68. So clearly we saw in Webstaurant that we're paying just over $6 for a bottle of these. There's no profit there. But we do know that this product is selling really, really well. So now we think to ourselves, what can go with this so that I can bundle with it and increase the value, hence increasing our profit? Because just selling this single unit will not be profitable. I can see some syrup pumps here. That could be an idea. Maybe even bundling it with other flavors that are selling really well. These two right here are also selling over $2,000 a month. So that's how you build bundles. You find on Amazon what's selling well, and then you think to yourself, what complements this? What can I put with it to create my own new listing? And now, where there was no lemonade, I'm going to take that lemon that was not profitable, put it with other things that go with it, and now there's lemonade. Plus, I have the listing, I created it, and I have all of the sales, especially if I'm mixing vendors and put something in there that no one else can duplicate. The sixth strategy is pretty fun to do. It is a little time consuming, but this is for people who don't really want to have to hang out in the stores and do retail arbitrage. So what I do here is I go into the store, but I don't hang around and scan stuff. I take pictures of the shelves from top to bottom, one row at a time, and then I go home and look up those products on Amazon. Now, typically single units, they don't make you as much money. But if you take that product and then find a listing for a multi-pack, now you might see that it's profitable. Now that we went to the store and took all of the pictures of the shelves, we're back home, we are opening up Amazon, and we are looking at those pictures that we just took and putting in each product one at a time into Amazon. Now here's why I like doing it at home with my photos. I found this product at Walmart, and when I scanned it, only the single one popped up, which if we look at it, for one, it's only going for $1.56. That is not profitable. But I can see here, searching it, I have a multi-pack. So one's only selling for dirt cheap, but a pack of 12 is selling for $32. I'm not sure why people pay that price for 12 of them when they could come here and just buy 12 single ones for way less, but people do. I can see that this has over 100 bought in the past month. Now looking over here, I also see a bundle idea. I could put 2 of them with 2 cans of tomato paste, and again, rather than that $1.56 buy box, it's almost $17. So when you're pulling up those products that you have access to on the shelves, you are really looking for building those bundles or those multi-packs. My 7th strategy is also one of my favorites, and what I do here is I look for sellers that are doing the same thing that I'm already doing, and then I go in, storefront stock them, and see what else are they doing that I can start doing as well. Now this one is amazing if you're trying to really build wholesale accounts. What you're going to do is start by opening up one wholesale account, and you're going to use that to then storefront stock other sellers selling that product, and then look at what brands they're selling and do the same. How I was able to find this specific brand and wholesale supplier was super easy, and I'm about to show that to you very, very soon. So make sure you keep watching, especially if you're interested in finding wholesale brands. But this is a wholesale brand that I sell, and I am on this listing. I'm also on this listing for the brand, this listing for the brand, and this listing for the brand, just among a few. Because once you open up those wholesale accounts, you are going to have a huge catalog of those products that you can sell. So once I use ProfitGuru software to find that brand and find that account to open, I also use ProfitGuru software to then find the listings that are profitable. Now I'm going to use the ProfitGuru Chrome extension on those listings that I found to be profitable. And then what I do is scroll down right here to the offers. So this pterodactyl here, clearly they have this wholesale account. They're on many of these listings that I am also on. So I'm curious to see what other brands are they selling, because if they opened the same wholesale account that I was able to open, they probably have other brands and wholesale accounts that now I can go and reach out to. So all I have to do is click this little eye here to open them up, and I have access to all of that seller's products. Coming down to the bottom, there are 641 of them. And then I just do the same for each of the listings. So now here's a new seller, open up their store. I'll come back to their store in just a second. Let's open up the other ones. We already opened up Hobbyland, so now we have cake supplies on sale and kitchen supply to open. Click that little eye. And after I've done that with all of the sellers that are on the same products that I'm selling through that wholesale brand, now I can go through and see what other brands are they selling. For this one, there's Wilton. Now we have some Color Mill, Fat Daddy-O's, Satin Ice, Loran, Decopack, and I barely even started digging. So that was a ton of brands right there that I'm not familiar with, I don't have wholesale accounts with, but my competitor, who is also selling the same wholesale account that I'm selling, they've opened. So if they were able to open it, now I'm going to reach out to these wholesale brands and distributors and suppliers and see if I can do the same. Wicked rabbit trails that you can go on with the ProfitGuru Chrome extension with storefront stocking. The 8th strategy involves storefront stocking as well. What I'm doing with this one is I'm finding good listings on Amazon. I don't even have to be selling those products. What I'm trying to do is find sellers that look like they've been on this listing for a long time. Clearly they know what they're doing, and not wholesale sellers. Sellers that are doing arbitrage so I can easily get those products too. Now what am I going to do? jump into their store, see what's going on, and see what I can duplicate. For this one, let's head to the Products tab. Now I can come here and click Advanced Filter, and I could filter in a ton of fancy things, making sure that the estimated sales is enough, that the sales rank is what I want to see, that the weight is low enough, and I can also come here to the Brands tab and type in a brand that I know is something that arbitrage sellers like to sell. For example, Great Value. That's a Walmart brand that arbitrage sellers have access to. So chances are these listings that are pulling up, I'm going to be able to find a ton of other arbitrage sellers that I can storefront stock and then start to pull some of their products and sell them too. Now, I do have some people on the videos who get a little upset and sometimes leave a little nasty comment saying that they don't like how I'm pulling up storefronts and exposing people, but this is the name of the game, people. This is what you do on arbitrage on Amazon. I'm not doing anything shady. This is what all of the arbitrage sellers are doing. I'm just showing you the strategies that I use to make it even easier to find these products. Estimated sales, let's put that to at least 15 to make sure it's selling. Number of sellers, let's max it out at 20. FBA sellers, maybe we'll limit that to 10. Weight, let's go up to 5 pounds. Price, we want that to be at least 12 minimum. Hazmat, no. I could filter in more, but let's leave it at that and search. All right, let's see how many hits we got for that. 47 entries. So now we have 47 entries to find really good products that will lead us to really good sellers that will lead us to more products. Now what I'll do is go right here to estimated sales and make sure I'm seeing the ones first that have the highest sales. And boom, now I have all of these sellers that probably are arbitrage sellers if they're selling Great Value, and I can start looking at their products and seeing what else they have that's profitable. For example, I just clicked on that first seller in the very first listing, and now I have over 100 products that I can start looking through. And just from what I'm seeing here, this is definitely an arbitrage seller. They don't have private label, they don't have wholesale accounts, so wherever they're able to find these products, I should be able to find them as well. And chances are people aren't selling products that aren't bringing them back a profit. So I can see here that there's a lot of potential looking through these products to also find profit. The ninth strategy is how I'm able to find wholesale accounts and brands to work with to buy things in bulk, which is going to save me money. How I do this one is using ProfitGuru software and going to the Brands tab. This method is great if you have a little more purchasing power and you're ready to buy in bulk using wholesale accounts. So we're going to come over here to the Brands tab and we want to set some advanced filters. Now we want to find brands to sell that have a lot of products on Amazon and that are selling really well and that don't already have, number one, the brand selling them themselves, and number two, a ton of competition. So for products, we might want to see at least 100 products from the brand. Average number of sellers per listing, we might say we don't want that to go over 10. Estimated monthly sales, we might want to see at least 50 to ensure that this is selling well. Brand is a seller? Absolutely not. No. If the brand is selling it themselves, number one, they're probably winning all of the sales. Number two, they're probably going to hit you with an IP violation, ruin your Amazon account health, and kick you off the listing anyways. Amazon as a seller, I want to limit them on the listings as well because they tend to win those buy boxes. Average product price, again, at least $12, and the weight to not exceed 5 pounds. Run that search. And now, just from those filters, which we could get even more nitty-gritty and narrow in, there are nearly 25,000 brands here that we can start looking at and then reaching out to. We can even narrow it down more with this categories brand. Again, I love grocery and gourmet food. So let's see if that narrows it down a little bit. So now we have 2,278 different brands here that we can start looking through, which definitely seems more manageable. Number of products, we could filter that through. We can click to see the lowest filter that we set or start with the highest filter. Now, clearly that is a ton of products. And another thing we're looking at is the average number of sellers per listing. If we're only seeing about one here, we really don't want to go there because that does not seem very safe. I like to see this number to be at least 3 or 4. So then what I do do, I go through this huge list. I'm looking to ensure that the brand right here for sellers is indeed not on it selling their own products. I'll look at the estimated monthly sales, the average number of sellers per listing, and if it looks good, then I'm going to click on the brand name, start looking at those products and digging a little deeper. I'm just going to click on a random one here. 100 is a little low, but we don't want to filter it too much where we're not seeing enough data. So Natural Nectar, they are not on the listing, 420 estimated sales. Let's click on their brand name. Now I can see all of the sellers selling this product, which could lead into rabbit trails and storefront stocking of their own. And I can also come right here and view all of the products. Then by looking through this, seeing which products they do have, if it looks like something that I'm interested in selling, then I will do a Google search to find this brand and reach out to them to open up the account. I will do this with the entire list and reach out to as many brands that look like they're going to be profitable for me to sell on Amazon. And the 10th strategy, which is the one that I utilize the least, is doing good old-fashioned retail arbitrage. What you need to have to do this is your Amazon seller account, your professional plan, and a phone that has data. You're going to download the Amazon seller app and you're going to go inside stores and start physically scanning those products. You can take a picture of the front, the back, you can scan the barcode. There's a lot of ways that you can get that product to come up. Once you found it to come up, it's going to pop right up all of the listings and you're going to click to see if you are on gated. If you're gated, there's going to be a little lock on it. So all you have to do is hit request approval to sell and you might get lucky and it might auto on gate. Next, what you do from this app is you go right to the profit calculator. Put in the price that you can get it for at the store and you're going to be able to see if there's any profit to be made. If there is, throw those products right into your cart. It's really easy to do and this is great for people that enjoy being out and about and shopping in stores. Plus, you're going to be able to find sales that you're not finding online. In Walmart in particular, I always find those end caps with the random things that they just put on clearance and threw there. And those are the places that I go to first and start scanning. I've gotten really lucky doing this. One time I ran into an end cap that was just stocked full of different K-cups of coffee. And I want to say maybe 80% of them were profitable. They were super easy flips and they made me a lot of money that month. So there are advantages to retail arbitrage with being able to find these certain sales that aren't advertised online. And there it is, my huge list of the 10 ways that you can start finding products that are easily going to generate you $10,000 a month on Amazon. Don't forget to get into the giveaway if you have not done so already. Subscribe and leave a comment down below. Next week, I'll be choosing the winner and I might just say your name to win that $100. But if you're not watching, you won't be able to claim your prize. There will be a timestamp on it. So tune in next week, see if you're the lucky winner, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you. To leave that comment, let me know down below which strategy you're most excited to try out. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video.